Everybody, this is Bo back in the Sports Lounge. We're going to do a shout out to our friends and family all over this great world of ours who tune in. We love the fact and those numbers keep jumping. And right now, we got one of the hottest guys out there in the UFC. He is John Doomsday Howard. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
We're doing very, very well. Thank you. John, you've done nothing short of incredible. You are definitely in every conversation. There's sports writers from all over the place that are bringing up your old stories, your old background, coming forward, talking about what a heart you have and how talented you're getting. YouTube has got your fights all over the place, and I think Bali, MMA match, you're very well exposed right now, John. It's got to feel good.
Man, it feels great, man. It's unbelievable, man. I love the fans, man, of the sport, man, and I always thank them, man. It's just amazing how far the sport came.
Yeah, and you know the thing, too, is that we know Chris Wilson pretty good because he's one of the guys we interview. And just for you to go the distance with him, because he's a big striker, he's been in the UFC for a while, it was just impressive to see what happened in that fight. And, you know, what was going through your mind when you first started off? Because a lot of these guys are real tall, to say the very least. And it seems like you're coming through. You've got it's amazing to see what you do.
Oh, man, when I first took the cage with him, I was like, oh, damn, this is Chris Wilson. I gotta fight this kid, all right. I just go through, man. I was just like, no, I'm gonna stand and hit and do what I do best, man. And if I pull through, I'm just gonna keep going forward and try to knock him out. I mean, I didn't get a knockout, but I got a decision, so I'll take it, man. It was awesome.
Especially for the fans, because the longer the match goes, especially that type of match where there was so much hitting and a knockout could take place at any point in time between you two guys, I had to feel good when you got your hand rose.
Yeah, man, it felt unbelievable. I couldn't believe it, man. It was a dream come true, man. It was like, oh, man, you're in the UFC. You always want your first fight, you want such a good pace. It was just like, oh, man. But he was a tough opponent, man. Dude, he was considered, I think, when I looked him up, 16th the best in the world, man. I mean, that's a pretty high rank, especially with that weight class, how stock it is, man. So it was unbelievable to beat him, man. And I was just honored to be across the rank from him, and beating him is even a bigger honor, man. So it's just awesome.
Now, you got a new fight coming up, and I'm sure you're training, and that's probably why we had a hard time hooking up. You've got a big fight coming up on a big ticket. Another big match for you to showcase, and this guy's even taller than Chris.
Yeah, man, Tamden, man, McCoy, man. Actually, I know him from close to one, man. We've been in the same circuit a few times, man. Cage, Fight in Extreme, Cage of Fury, excuse me, and Ring of Combat, and we never both teach each other in the fights, but we know each other personally. We tell each other. It's funny, man. And now two local guys are fighting, man. It kind of sucks, but I know he's tough. I'm tough, man. And it's gonna be a fight, man. Don't be surprised this is another fight of the night, man, because our styles match perfectly. I mean, he's a tough striker. I'm a tough striker, and we just go, man. We just go for it. We go for blow to blow, man. It's gonna be an awesome fight.
Well, I think with your style, with the taller athletes, if they cannot figure a way to push you off and start jabbing you, you just cramp right up inside of them and go after them and chop down the oak trees. It's just you're so well placed with your hands, you're aggressive, and you will not give up. Every article about you talks about your will not to give up.
Yeah, and even if I'm losing a fight, man, if I'm still breathing and I can still use my limbs and I can still punch, I'm going to punch, man. I mean, my whole goal, man, the way I go in the ring is like either fight or die, man. And if I lose, I mean, let me go on my shield. That's what I say, man. Let me go on my shield, and then let that be the decision. But I don't want to lose, some bull way, So I just fight with my heart, man, and expect the worst and hope for the best.
Well, at some of these big fights, you're getting name recognition. And with a card that you have where you have BJ Penn, Kenny Florian, Andrea Silva, Forrest Griffin, just to name a few, and you're on the same card with those four guys, I mean, it's got to feel kind of cool to walk into a room and you see these guys, you hear about them, and your name is now being thrown around. People are recognizing who you are, and you're now with these peers that are superstars. You are slowly creeping up into that star realm. Do you feel it yet, or you're still sort of seeing on the outside?
I'm still seeing it from the outside, man. I'm not even close to that level, man. It's just an honor to come in a room, to come in a room full of fighters and see all these fighters, man, and be like, wow, I'm a UFC fighter like this, just like them. To be in the same room, it's just the most honorable thing, man. I'm still small tier compared to them. I'm still coming up. People know me now, and that's awesome, man. I love the fans of the sport, especially the sport of the UFC fans. Are awesome, unbelievable, man. The best fans I ever experienced in my life, man. I'm still an underdog, man. I'm still trying to come up, man. Even Tandem's more popular than me, man. He has more fans, so I'm just trying to, come up slowly. Hopefully I get fans, and hopefully one day I become a GSP or that Forrest Griffin into the silver one day, man. That's my goal next, man.
Well, your fighting style is a lot like Brad Blackman. And Brad we had on the show, and we just found out, and I think a lot of people found out, that he crushed his shoulder on that fight. No one knew. I mean, the whole fight, even after the fight was over, turns out he crushed his shoulder. He's going to be out for a while. But his fighting style was told not successful. You're never going to be successful with that fighting style, and he is. You have the same type of fighting style. You're compact. You're aggressive. You go after it. Mixed martial arts is a full bag for everybody, and it means everybody. I think you're going to take the barn cat. You're compact, you're hard, you're going to go up inside. He's going to try to stretch it out and do some long kicks. I can just see you stepping up and taking care of business quick with this guy, probably in the beginning of the third or the second round.
Yeah, man. You're probably right, man, about that, man, because he's long enough. I got just to distance and get in, but I think once I get in, I get comfortable, and hopefully I can get him, man. I mean, it's too early to call right now, man. I don't know. I mean, I've seen this kid fight some tough fighters, a lot of fighters that I respect, man, and beat some recognized fighters, man. Y'all probably don't know, but I see him coming up, and trust me, he's been one of those guys where he's been on the loser end, and he just comes back out of nowhere and does it, man. So, I am going for the win, man, but, like I say all the time, I don't go in there to lose. I'm going in there to win. I go in there to fight, man, and the outcome is whatever, man. Once I have a good fight, man, and I fight with my heart and just go out there 100%, man, and if the outcome is I lose, so what, man? At least I did it all. I can say, well, I tried, man. He's a better man than me, but if not, so be it, man.
Now, leading up to the fight let's get into some real nuts and bolts. Starting next week, let's say Friday before the fight, leading from Sunday night to Thursday, what are you going to be doing to get yourself ready for this fight? What are kind of the things you're going to do daily to mentally and physically?
I'm going to be training, man, going through some techniques, going through the worst scenarios ever, man. I'm not thinking of his size, what he's going to do, how he might come after me. I'm going to play devil's advocate, man, see if he comes at me with a different strategy. What we do is, I ask my coach as well, if you was going to fight me and you have his body frame, what would you do? So we go different details and his body frame. We do it's like a science, man. We do everything legit, man. We go everything all the way down and see what he could possibly do, even something he's not good in that he might do, So that's what I'm going to be doing. Getting ready, training, staying focused, man, and then fight, hopefully have a good fight.
Yeah, you want to cash in on another W because another W gets you one step closer in that tight 170-pound range. You get one step closer to the ultimate goal, and yeah, I know you're not looking past this guy because this guy is good. We get a chance to watch him, and he has an awkward way because at his weight class he's so light, he's so long, but he can tap, he can definitely kick, he can definitely ground. There's a lot of stuff this guy can do, but watching you just go after people with your size and your weight, it almost seems like you're like a tank heading into a wall, and that barn cat I think is gonna know it. He's gonna know when he gets done with those punches you have.
Well, hopefully, man, if God's willing, man, and everything goes right, that's kind of the plan. And if that plan goes well, then I'll be talking to you as a victor.
We're gonna call you probably on Monday or Tuesday of the following week, long as everything's cool with you. We just love having you on, John. We're gonna make sure and follow you the rest of the season, no matter what, shine or rain. We're gonna be there for you. Thanks a lot, John.
Thank you, man.
Hey, that was John Doomsday Howard, man. We followed him from last season to this season, and he's doing nothing except win. And that's the biggest thing. He's got incredible stories on the internet all about it. What sports writers wrote, MMA guys wrote about, people and just flat out just talk about this guy's will not to quit. He's our favorites. Tune in and watch him. Thanks a lot, John.
Thank you.
We are off the air.